The UK government has a lot of explaining to do today after it was revealed that up to 20,000 Afghans are being resettled in the UK in a secret operation, according to the Daily Mail.
A secret operation to smuggle migrants into Britain is being run by ministers, and they have put you and me on the hook for paying a projected £7 billion. The secret resettlement scheme was launched after the Mail discovered a disastrous data leak blunder by the British government that put 100,000 people at risk of death by the Taliban.
The news only came to light following a massive data breach from the military that the government tried to keep hidden with an injunction.
Members of this House, including you, Mr. Speaker, and myself, have been subject to this super injunction. It is unprecedented. And to be clear, the Court has always recognised the parliamentary privilege of proceedings in this House, and ministers decided not to tell parliamentarians at an earlier stage about the data incident, as the widespread publicity would increase the risk of the Taliban obtaining the data set. But as parliamentarians and as government ministers, it has been deeply uncomfortable to be constrained from reporting to this House.
The media blasted the cover-up, saying it's reflective of a wider problem in the UK.
Well, it's another enormous blunder by the UK state that the British taxpayers are going to have to pay for. And I think there are so many deeply troubling things about this scandal that we're still digesting and processing. But the question I would ask is, if the UK state can do this, and this is by all accounts an enormous cover-up, if it can bring in thousands of Afghans into our country while gagging the media, while allocating billions of pounds that are not properly scrutinised, while having no democratic vote, while having no transparency, if the UK state can do all of that, then what on earth is the state doing on top of that? What else is going on that we don't really know about?
Our government have totally lost the plot. Why are we sitting back and letting them do whatever they want? We are just to blame, as we are doing nothing about it. It's getting seriously worrying now. But not everyone is so pessimistic. This commentator is hopeful that the resettled migrants will contribute to UK society.
Let's hope that these Afghanis who were committed to supporting Britain in their country are given the support here to contribute and add to our economy. And that's, I think, really important, that this actually becomes a net positive. But clearly there's a huge net negative that the British state needs to address, which is why this happened in the first place and why it's been unscrutinised for so long.
The influx of Afghans into the UK has caused a great deal of tension in the community, particularly in light of religious and race violence that's currently dividing the nation and Greater Europe as a whole. UK residents live in fear of daily attacks like this, where an African group became violent in a park.
Sunni. Oh, Jaja! Hey! She backed out She backed out a shank, fam. Oi! I was cutting, fam.
And the unease has spread across Europe, particularly in Spain at this very moment, where locals are clashing with migrant gangs in retaliation to random acts of violence on innocent victims. Commentator Glenn Beck unleashed on the state of immigration in Europe.
Combining all the numbers from 2011 until today, Europe, just from the Middle East and Africa, has received over 7.5 million migrants. And this is the most conservative estimate. It's taken from data that is actually, all of it is known. Now, who knows how many people slipped in undetected? 7.5 million. Let me give you some perspective on it.
This comes after France and the UK agreed to an illegal immigrant exchange, which has angered Brits who just want a safe nation.
One in, one out. What are we doing teetering around the edges of this national emergency, which is what it should be declared as? You know, we're talking 800 in, none out. Let's be realistic about this. One in, one out. What difference is that going to make to the situation we're in? We are being absolutely destroyed as a country from a point of view of culture, from a point of view of our finances, by this national emergency that we are facing down on the south coast. The British people are not stupid. They're